Whispers in the wind, telling tales of what might be. I've been running from these signs, but fate won't let me flee.
Midnight shadows dance across my bedroom wall. Your silhouette appears, then fades beyond recall. Strangers passing by with your familiar eyes. The universe conspires, dropping subtle lies.
Been searching for direction in a crowded room, while destiny's been waiting patient as the moon. Some connections can't be broken, some threads never fray. Your soul's been calling mine since our first yesterday. When destiny calls your name, no distance can keep us apart. These stars aligned in cosmic game wrote our story from the start. When destiny calls your name, it echoes through time and space. This love defies what we can explain. In your arms I found my place. Palmistry and tarot cards all point to you. Ancient wisdom speaks the truth I always knew. Tried to chart my course against these tidal waves, but fate's current pulls me through its hidden caves. Coincidence or providence, I can't decide, but every broken road has led me to your side. Some journeys are predestined, some paths clearly drawn. Your heart's been seeking mine since before the dawn. What if we never met? What life would I have led? In parallel worlds are we still intertwined? Through centuries of souls, through lifetimes yet untold, were we always meant to find? Destiny calls your name, no distance can keep us apart. These stars aligned in cosmic game wrote our story from the start. When destiny calls your name, it echoes through time and space. This love defies what we can't explain. In your arms I found my place. Whispers in the wind, no longer questioning. I've surrendered to these signs as fate embraces me. Destiny calls my name.
Fragments of dreams scattered through time. Your face in the stars, a rhythm of rhyme. 3 a.m. wide awake, your name on my tongue. Like a prayer in the dark, a song yet unsung. Deja vu hits me when our fingers touch. Chemistry so strong, it's almost too much. They say some souls recognize without introduction. Ancient energy flowing, perfect conduction. Your voice breaks through chaos like clarity calling. Into your gravity I find myself falling. We're cosmic connections written in light. Destined reflections through darkness and night. No mathematical equation can measure this pull. Soul calibration making me whole. broken compass spinning still points to your heart. Different lifetimes, same ending, same start. Synchronicity follows wherever we roam. In your presence I'm lost, in your eyes I'm home. Prophets and mystics spoke of this feeling when two spirits converge, both wounded, both healing. The universe whispers secrets through rainfall. Your name echoes inside me beyond my control. To this moment was splendid, this balance, this blend. Did we choose this connection or did fate recommend? What force draws strangers together? What invisible thread? Is it chance or design when our separate paths led to this moment suspended, this balance, this blend? Did we choose this connection or did fate recommend? Connections written in light, destined reflections through darkness and night. No mathematical equation can measure this pull. Soul calibration, making me whole. Some mysteries are meant to be solved, just lived and breathed and wholly involved. Your hand in mine, the pieces align. Cosmic design, divine. Shadows of yesterday dancing through today's light. Your voice across the void, breaking through the night. 7 summers faded since you walked away. City lights replaced the stars, turned my skies to gray. Built walls around memories, locked them out of sight. Then your name lit up my phone at 2 a.m. last night. Trembling fingers hovering over your text, heart racing with questions, mind completely perplexed. Said you'd be in town, wondered if we could meet. Now I'm standing here watching you cross the street. Time slows down as you approach with cautious smile. Everything I've become, suspended for a while. Echoes of you still linger in my bones, reverberating through all that I've known. This reunion shakes foundations I've built, stirring emotions, awakening guilt. But your eyes still reflect who I used to be, before distance and time set our spirits free. Echoes of you, echoes of me, harmonizing in unexpected symmetry. The cafe where we sit holds no memory of us. New paintings on the wall, different crowd, different buzz. Your hands cradle your cup the same way as before, but your wedding ring catches light I can't ignore. We speak of weather, careers, places we've been, carefully avoiding the what could have been. Yet underneath our words runs a deeper stream, unspoken language shared, interrupted dream. The person I became after you depart meets the stranger you are with the familiar heart. Is reunion a beginning or an end? Is it closure or doors opening again? Are we healing old wounds or creating new scars? Are we finding our way back or mapping new stars? Do we resurrect ghosts to finally set them free? Is this meeting for you or is it just for me? In the space between strangers and ancient friends, our separate journeys momentarily blend. Echoes of you still linger in my bones, reverberating past. In our goodbye I find peace at last. Echoes of you, forever part of my song.
In the hush of twilight, where whispers dare, a single glance ignites the air. Shadows dance, hearts entwined. In this moment, love's design. Across the crowded room, your eyes met mine. A silent serenade, transcendent and divine. Every step you took, the world stood still. In your presence I found my will. Eternal embrace where souls converge. In the symphony of love we submerge. Through every trial, through every grace, in your arms I find my place. When the night is darkest and fears awake, your love's a beacon, my heart's to take. Through the storm, through the calm, in your love I find my song. Eternal embrace where souls converge. In the symphony of love we submerge. Through every trial, through every grace.
Time suspended in amber light, your silhouette against the evening sky. After all these seasons turned, the path leads back to where we learned. 5 years disappeared like morning fog. Your voice on the line broke the monologue. In my mind I rehearsed all the things I'd say, but when you walked in those words slipped away. Different constellations mapped across your face. Familiar stranger in a crowded space. Your laughter still cascades the same way it did. Awakening memories I thought I'd safely hid. The coffee shop still stands where we first spoke. Different paintings on the walls, same oak. And we've come full circle, two travelers returning. Different roads, same destination. Time between us burning. Full circle, now we're standing face to face, understanding. What was broken isn't shattered, just transformed to something that mattered. The photograph I kept inside my drawer, faded edges, couldn't look at it anymore. But your eyes in person hold the same light that guided me through many a sleepless night. City skylines changed while we were apart. New buildings rose like barriers in my heart. But underneath the concrete and the steel, those foundations shook with what I feel. You speak of places I've never known. Well, I've been planting roots alone. Does the ocean remember the shore? When tides pull away, then return once more. Do the seasons recall their last goodbye? As winter melts to spring beneath the sky. And what of us, with our human hearts designed to break, to
of forgotten promises, echoes of a love suspended between stars. The universe breathing our story, silence carrying the weight of unspoken words. We were planets spinning in separate orbits, gravity keeping us apart yet connected. Each mile between us a testament to the invisible threads that never broke. Seasons change like cosmic landscapes, my heart a compass always pointing towards you, even when maps showed no common ground. Something deeper knew our path would converge. We're a constellation, scattered but aligned. Reunion isn't about finding, it's about recognizing. Pieces of a puzzle scattered across time, perfectly imperfect, beautifully designed. Our love transcends distance, defies every boundary of space and line. I collected fragments of our story, like rare stones from distant shores. Each memory a piece of evidence that what we had was never truly lost. The universe has its own rhythm, time and more precise than human design. We needed to grow separately to understand the miracle of our combine. Some connections are written in stardust, beyond logic, beyond reason. Souls recognizing each other in a language older than words. We are not random, we are intentional, a deliberate dance of energies, reuniting when the moment is right. We're a constellation, scattered but aligned. Reunion isn't about finding, it's about recognizing. Pieces of a puzzle scattered across time, perfectly imperfect, beautifully designed. Our love transcends distance, defies every boundary of space and line. And here we stand, not by coincidence, but by the grand design of something larger. A love that remembers its way home. Reunion is remembering what we all were. Midnight cursor blinking, screens alive with unspoken connections. Distance measured in Wi-Fi signals, memories cached between heartbeats. Scrolled through 1,000 conversations, deleted, saved, forgotten, replayed. Your name a ghost in my notification bar. Algorithms couldn't predict how we'd fade. Social media landscapes of almost memories, profile pictures frozen in time. I've been archiving our story in pixels and likes in digital design. We're digital heartlines, reconnecting across invisible wires. Reunion in high definition, emotions streaming faster than fire, breaking through firewalls of the heart. Bandwidth, the feeling running deep. Our love beyond location services, a connection no signal can keep. Late night night text read but unanswered. Time zones blurring our reality. Your voice a compressed audio file. Memories downloading gradually. We've been satellites in different orbits, occasionally catching each other's light. Technology bridging what distance broke, rewriting our love in black and white. Encrypted feelings decoded, vulnerability as our strongest password. No firewall can block what we are. No delete button erase our truth. We're more than data, more than screens can contain. Reunion isn't about proximity, it's about breaking through pain. We're digital heartlines, reconnecting across invisible wires. Reunion in high definition, emotions streaming faster than fire. Breaking through firewalls of the heart, bandwidth, the feeling running deep. Our love beyond location services, a connection no signal can keep. In this network of endless possibilities, where algorithms meet destiny, we found each other again, uncompressed, unfiltered, finally free. Our reunion, a signal stronger than silence, a connection beyond any design. Human touch through digital veins, infinite, undefined. Echoes of silence between heartbeats, fragments of us scattered like light. The distance we traveled wasn't miles, but the spaces inside our souls. Old photographs hidden in a drawer, corners worn, edges slightly torn. Each memory a landscape of what we were, before time decided to redesign us. I've carried your absence like a language, unspoken yet fluent in every breath. Cities changed, seasons came and went, but something always remained unresolved. Walking down memory lane, where shadows of us still remain. Not asking to go back in time, just tracing the lines that never quite died. Reunion isn't about returning, it's about understanding why we left, finding grace in the broken spaces, healing the story we never completed. Your voice on an old voicemail plays like a melody half remembered. The way you used to say my name now sounds like a distant, gentle thunder. We were young, we were wild, unfinished chapters waiting to breathe. Sometimes love needs distance to grow, sometimes goodbye is just another hello. We were meant to stay the same. Transformation was our only constant. Each wound a teacher, each silence a conversation. Learning ourselves through the spaces between us. The map of us isn't linear, it's a constellation of moments, scattered, connected, infinite. Walking down memory lane, where shadows of us still remain. Not asking strangers, not lovers, just two souls who understand that some connections transcend definition. Time is the kindest artist, softening edges, revealing truth.
Dreams of your return played like films behind my eyes. Now you're standing here, truth stranger than my mind's lies. Golden hour sunlight paints the station walls as trains arrive and depart on their calls. I've imagined this moment 1,000 different ways. Rehearsed lines dissolving in the haze. You step from the crowd like a vision taking form. Different haircuts, same eyes that once caused the storm. 4 years condensed into heartbeats counting down, as distance between us shrinks on common ground. The world around us moves in slow motion blur, while we stand frozen in time's tender cure. I've practiced being strong, being casual, being free, but nothing prepared for what you still do to me. Reverie meets reality as you stand before me. Dreams I've held through lonely nights, now breathing now before me. Reverie meets reality, time bends and reshapes the you I've kept in memory with the you I face today. And I'm finding beauty in the space between what was lost and what's been found. Reverie in reality. Your voice carries new confidence, unfamiliar tone, speaking tales of places you've made your own. I search for traces of the person that I knew, while discovering someone entirely new. You ask about my life with genuine care, as if the broken pieces weren't scattered everywhere. We navigate carefully through conversations dense, balancing history with this second chance. The coffee shop witnesses our tentative smiles as we bridge the gap of years and miles. Some questions remain carefully wrapped in science as we rebuild trust in this strange alliance. Is reunion healing or reopening scars? Is it finding home or reaching for stars? When fantasy collides with flesh and bone, do we finally reap what time has sown? In your absence, I built shrines to what was lost. In your presence, I'm counting what it cost to hold on to ghosts when the living stand near, to clutch at shadows when light appears clear. Reverie meets reality as you stand before me. Dreams I've held through lonely nights, now breathing now before me. Reverie meets reality, time bends and reshapes the you I've kept in memory with the you I face today.
Whispers of your memory dance through the rain. Years apart, but your soul still calls my name. Time has changed us, but some things remain the same. Autumn leaves scattered where we used to walk, ghosts of promises and midnight talk. 7 years years of silence couldn't erase the map your fingers drew across my face. Strangers now with familiar eyes, different stars in the same night skies. I've been collecting moments in your absence, building bridges to a new existence. This reunion isn't where we left off, it's where we begin again. Like cherry blossoms after winter's fall, second chances in the palm of your hand. When two rivers find their way back to the sea, that's you and me, that's you and me. Different waters but the same deep blue. I'm finding home and rediscovering you. City lights reflect in puddles at my feet, while echoes of your laughter flood the street. We're not the same souls who once said goodbye. We're weathered gold, more precious with time. The universe conspired for this moment. Stars aligned when I wasn't looking. Your silhouette appeared through morning fog, like a melody I'd forgotten I wrote. We don't need to be who we once were. Those versions of us serve their purpose. The beauty's in the breaking and remaking, in the space between losing and taking. Time hasn't healed all wounds, it's transformed them into wisdom. Our scars now speak the same language, a silent conversation beneath the moonlight. This reunion isn't where we left off, it's where we begin again. Like cherry blossoms after winter's fall, second chances in the palm of your hand. When two rivers find their way back to the sea, that's you and me, that's you and me. Different waters but the same deep blue. I'm finding home and rediscovering you. In your eyes, I see reflections of who we were. In your smile, glimpses of who we'll become. This reunion isn't just about looking back, it's about
Autumn leaves fall like memories. Winter froze what we used to be. Spring brought growth in separate soils. Summer heat now melts what time has coiled. Class reunion invitation almost threw away. Your name among attendees made me pause that day. 6 years of silence stretching between then and now. The thought of seeing you again, I didn't know how. I dressed in confidence I've earned through tears and time, armor of accomplishments pretending I'd be fine. Then through crowded hotel ballroom, across the noise, you appeared like a familiar note and forgotten voice. The music slowed as our eyes connected fast, present moment colliding with echoes of the past. All rehearsed words abandoned me in that space as I saw both stranger and history in your face. Seasons between us, years of separate growth, winters that hardened, summers that taught us both. Seasons between us changed how we bloom and fade. Different gardens from the seeds we once had made. But underneath these new leaves and different skin, carries us through initial awkward phase. You look good, truth wrapped in casual praise. We compare notes on journeys taken since we parted ways. Cities conquered, hearts broken, lessons of our days. You speak of failure that led to greater heights. I share my phoenix stories rising from the fights. The distance between us narrows with each shared truth. As adults connecting beyond the ghosts of youth. Someone captures us laughing in candid photograph. Present joy superimposed on our complicated path. Two people meeting for both first and second time. Familiar rhythms playing in different rhyme. What wisdom does, reunion offer weathered souls. What healing comes from witnesses to our coming whole. Are we meeting to remember or creating something new? Is this closure or opening to a different view? The geography of growth mapped in lines upon our faces. The cartography of heartbreak leading to unexpected places. Do we honor more what's changed or what remains the same? As recognition dances with discovery in this game. Seasons between us, years of separate growth. Winters that hardened, summers that taught us both. Seasons between us change how we bloom and fade. Different gardens from the seeds we once had made. But underneath these new leaves and different skin, our roots remember where we've been. Some reunions teach us who we've become when witnessed through familiar eyes. The space between who we were and who we are, measured in seasons, tears and skies. Seasons.
Hourglass frozen mid-fall, memories suspended between walls. Your name appears on my screen, reality blurring with what might have been.
Business trip to a city I swore I'd never return, where photographs of us still mentally burn. Hotel lobby gleaming with marble and light when I see you across the room late Friday night. 5 years condensed to a heartbeat's pause, as recognition defies time's rigid laws. You're speaking to colleagues in animated grace, while I stand paralyzed in this familiar space. The conference name tag hanging from your neck confirms this collision was destiny's check. Not coincidence or cosmic joke of fate, but industry connection I failed to anticipate.
Spended time between hello and goodbye. Moments crystallized when our eyes recognize what we were and who we've become. Parallel journeys now surprisingly one. Suspended time in this neutral ground, where past and present swirl around. Neither here nor fully there, in this space beyond compare. Time suspended for just one night, as we find our way through twilight.
Professional handshake masks the trembling within as introductions proceed with practice grin. We've actually met before, you casually explain, while memories flood through my veins like rain. Conference room conversations destined tastes are shared, while underneath runs currents of all we once dared. You've climbed the ladder I once dreamed we climbed together, your success story written in different weather. Evening reception finds us by the window's view, city lights below reflecting all we've been through. 2 glasses of wine dissolve the corporate masks, as careful questions bridge what neither directly asks.
Is reunion a test of growth or reminder of loss? Yeah, is it measure of distance traveled or bridges we've crossed? When professional and personal collide in unexpected space, do we honor the boundaries or blur them with grace? The boardroom and bedroom memories intertwine, as past and present dance along ambiguous line. Who we were to each other Suspended time between hello and goodbye. Moments crystallized when our eyes recognize what we were and who we've become. Parallel journeys now, surprisingly one. Suspended time in this neutral ground, where past and present swirl around. Neither here nor fully there, in this space beyond compare. Time suspended for just one night, as we find our way through twilight. Ah, Reflections in storefront windows, ghosts walking beside me. Your silhouette in crowded places, illusions I can't flee.
Tuesday afternoon downpour, seeking shelter in this cafe. Just another random moment in just another day. Then like a scene from dreams that haunted me for years, you walk in shaking raindrops from your coat and time disappears. 9 years of silence since you boarded that last flight, promising someday, somehow we'd make things right. I've imagined this collision in 1,000 different ways, now frozen between approach and turning away. You order at the counter, still haven't noticed me. A perfect opportunity to leave and let things be, but gravity keeps me anchored to this worn cafe chair.
As my heart pounds rhythms of courage and despair of fear. Through the glass of years between us, I can see you clearly now. Through the glass of what was broken, we stand on different ground. This reunion wasn't written in the stars, it caught us both unprepared. Through the glass of who we've become, our reflections still intertwined, though we stand on opposite shores of time.
Hit turn in recognition, flashes across your eyes, surprise melting to something I can't quite recognize. 3 steps forward and you're standing at my table's edge, as we balance on this unexpected emotional ledge. Words tumble awkwardly between politeness and truth, as we navigate the territory beyond our youth. You speak of marriage ended, of lessons learned too late. I share my journey of healing from what I thought was fate. Beneath the surface, conversations gentle tide, currents of unspoken questions surge and subside. 2 strangers wearing faces that we used to know, discovering new terrain where familiarity can grow. What do we owe the versions of ourselves left behind? What do we take forward and what do we resign? Are reunions windows to alternate realities, or mirrors reflecting who we've come to be? The paradox of knowing someone deeply once, yet meeting them anew in present tense. The mathematics of connection, calculating sums of years apart against seconds now become.
Through the glass of years between us, I can see you clearly now. Through the glass of what was broken, we stand on different ground. This reunion wasn't written in the stars, it caught us both unprepared. Through the glass of who we've become, our reflections still intertwined, though we stand on opposite shores of time. Some reunions come like rainfall, unexpected, washing clean the dust of misconceptions, revealing what couldn't be seen. Through the glass, I see you through the glass. I see you through the glass. I see who we might be. Starlight travels years to reach our eyes. Your voice across distance, a sweet surprise. Old patterns forming in new night skies, as we find ourselves in cosmic reprise. Hospital waiting room, 3 urgency brought me to this place. Then you walk in, time and space erase. 7 years dissolved in fluorescent light. As you sit beside me in this sterile night, both here for loved ones, separate concerns, yet connection immediately returns. You offer coffee from the vending machine, just like you used to do, a familiar scene. Crisis bringing strangers to common ground, and you an anchor unexpectedly found. We're constellations of who we used to be, stars rearranged by gravity and time. Though light years separate our galaxies, our patterns still align. Constellations of our history, visible in darkest night. This reunion illuminates the space between wrong and right, between then and now, between lost and found. In cosmos of coincidence we orbit round. Dawn breaks as we share life stories untold, chapters written since we lost our hold. Your marriage, my travels, lessons we've learned, separate journeys where we each have burned. The waiting room empties and fills through hours as we speak of dreams, regrets and powers. The crisis that brought us eventually resolves as morning light, the darkness dissolves. Exchange of numbers feels both new and old, tentative bridge to futures yet untold. Standing in parking lots, sunrise in your eyes, this unexpected gift in painful disguise. Do moments of crisis tear the fabric of time, creating portals where past and present align? When vulnerability strips our carefully built walls, do we recognize the truths our hearts still call? The astronomy of souls defies scientific laws, as orbits separated find gravitational cause to momentarily converge in cosmic dance, offering both closure and second chance. We're constellations of who we used to be, stars rearranged by gravity and time. Though light years separate our galaxies, our patterns still align. Constellations of our history, visible in darkest night. This reunion illuminates the space between wrong and right, between then and now, between lost and found. In cosmos of coincidence we orbit round. Some reunions come when we're most vulnerable, some healing happens in unexpected space. Your text message glowing on my screen tonight reminds me stars can realign with grace. Constellations of us still shining, constellations of us realigning.
City skylines change, seasons fade and bloom, but some connections remain across time, across room. Digital notification wakes me from my sleep, your name appearing from a history buried deep. Social media algorithm, strange divine design, suggesting friendship with this old flame of mine. 8 years since we said those last goodbyes, different continents beneath our separate skies. Now back in hometown streets for just 1 week, wondering if fate intends for us to speak. Message typed 10, deleted 7 times, before 3 simple words finally survive. Are you around? The question hangs in space, a second stretch to hours in digital embrace. Parallel lines that were never meant to meet, now intersecting on this crowded street. Geometry of hearts, defying what we knew, as I'm standing face to face with you. proclaim. You walk in looking different, somehow still the same. Wedding ring on my finger catches evening light. As your eyes notice, then politely look aside. We speak of careers, family, places we've seen, navigating carefully between what is and what has been. Your laughter still contains the melody I knew, though playing now for someone other than me too. Beneath the surface, conversations gentle flow, runs currents of a history we both still know. Two adults sharing stories over glasses raised, while younger versions of ourselves stand amazed. Does every path we choose create another never taken? Do parallel worlds exist where different choices were made? And how many universes are we still together? And how many are we perfect strangers instead? The mathematics of reunion, calculating sums of years spent apart and seconds now converged. The physics of two hearts once bound by gravity, now orbiting new centers, yet still pulled to what could be. Parallel lines that were never meant to meet, now intersecting on this crowded street. Geometry of hearts, defying what we knew. As I'm standing face to face with you, parallel lives and traveled separate ways, converging in this unexpected place. Time and distance couldn't break the silent thread that pulls us back to words left unsaid. Some reunions last for just one night, some change trajectories of lives. Our lines may never intersect again, but for this moment, space and time bend parallel.
Whispers of forgotten melodies, echoes of a love suspended in time. The silence between heartbeats, where our story never truly ended. Years rolled like waves against the shore, each moment carrying fragments of before. I collected your memories like rare stones, polished by distance, shaped by unknown zones. Photographs faded, but feelings stayed bright. Your absence a constant burning through the night. Every city I wandered, every street I roamed, your ghost was walking right beside me alone. We're an unfinished symphony, notes hanging in the air, waiting to complete the melody. A love beyond repair, beyond compare. Reunion isn't about picking up where we left, it's about composing a new sound with all the wisdom of our scars, all the music we found. Remember how we used to dream before life tore us at the seam. Now we stand transformed and rare, two souls with stories to declare. Time hasn't weakened what we shared, just refined the edges prepared. A love that doesn't ask to stay the same, but breathes, evolves, reclaims its flame. We are not who we were, broken instruments now tuned, relearning each other's rhythm, healing the spaces we once consumed. Our reunion is a jazzed pie session, unexpected, raw and true. No sheet music could capture the way we're recreating me and you. We're an unfinished symphony, notes hanging in the air, waiting to complete the melody. A love beyond repair, beyond compare. Reunion
Raindrops on the window, city lights blur through the glass. Your reflection unexpected as present meets the past. Thunder rolls as I step through the doorway, seeking shelter from the sudden storm. Turn to shake the water from my jacket, and there you stand, taking familiar form. 3,000 days since I heard your voice, though your laughter haunts my dreams at night. The universe with its cosmic sense of humor brings you back in a flash of lightning's light. You're reading from a book I once recommended in a corner of this cafe we never shared. I freeze between approach and quiet exit, caught in the moment, completely unprepared. Familiar stranger with those same eyes that once reflected all my deepest fears. Familiar stranger with that same smile that dried the rivers of my tears. This reunion blindsides like midnight rain, unexpected storm or memory and pain. Yet something pulls me closer still, like gravity defying will. Familiar stranger, I know you well. Though time has written stories I can't tell. You notice me before I find my courage. Recognition dawns across your weathered face. 3 steps forward and the years dissolve around us as we stand suspended in this borrowed space. Your voice carries new textures, deeper timbre, but speaks my name exactly as before. The coffee shop around us fades to background as conversation opens long closed doors. You've traveled continents I've only dreamed of, while I've built foundations where we used to stand. Different paths leading to this intersection, neither mapped nor carefully planned. What do we owe to ghosts of former selves? What do we keep and what do we leave behind? When past and present collide in chance encounter, what treasures or what dangers do we find? Is every person we once loved still living somewhere beneath the skin we now reside? And do they recognize the eyes still seeking the soul that time and distance couldn't hide? Familiar stranger with those same eyes that once reflected all my deepest fears. Familiar stranger with that same smile that dried the rivers of my tears. This reunion blindsides like midnight rain, unexpected storm of memory and pain. Yet something pulls me closer still, like gravity defying will. Familiar stranger, I know you well. Though time has written stories I can't tell. Some reunions come when least expected. Some storms arrive on clearest days. Your hand in mine feels foreign yet familiar.